So, Russell Westbrook. The Russell Westbrook cycle. It's happening again. It is happening again. If you guys don't understand what the Russell Westbrook cycle is, it is the Russell Westbrook starts the season terribly. I want to see if I can find a graph about this. He starts season terribly. Everyone calls him washed. Then fans think he's here it is. New team. Fans think he's the answer. Shooting issues. That's actually that's the one Russell Westbrook cycle. But the old Russell Westbrook cycle, that was the one for the Lakers. The old Russell Westbrook cycle used to be new team, starts off terrible, is the problem. Then suddenly his stats improve. Russell Westbrook is the answer. And then we realize maybe not. And you see here, this is the worst. Maybe it's gone a little bit quicker this year, but it's like, this is the worst basketball player of all time. Oh, this is the greatest basketball player of all time. We're going into the O stage, but Russell Westbrook dropping, 20 points in the fourth quarter or something? It was something ridiculous like that with Russ yesterday. And I made the video myself, being like Russell Westbrook. I think I made a video titled Russell Westbrook is washed or something. He was early on in the year about Russ's season. So let's see. We had... Yeah, Russell Westbrook is officially washed. You can see it right down here. Russ is officially washed. That is a video. And now we're at the stage of the cycle where for Russell Westbrook, he's now suddenly like he's back. He's back. Like, yes, it was 100% stat padded in garbage time. But he still scored a hell of a lot of points. And he still had some triple doubles. Like, he had 27 in 25 minutes and 4 of 7 from 3. Like, Russ is, in his defense, I think he's doing pretty well as a sixth man. Like, he has to be up there at least for sixth man of the year odds. Like, if we're looking at odds, and by the way, I'm just looking at odds so that I can just find out who's where in the standing, who's where and what people think about. Fuck gambling, and I mean that. You will not see a gambling promotion here or something. You might see something that can be played for free. Like, again, like somewhere like So Rare wanted to sponsor, because I played So Rare for free for years. If there's any like free things that have an option to pay, maybe, whatever, it is what it is. Like, I played free So Rare NBA all the time. The difference is, though, is with some of the gambling stuff, like I'm not even going to say the names. Fuck them. Gambling ruins lives. But Russell Westbrook isn't even in the list for sixth man of the year. And I'm like, I think he's going to play his way into it. Like, right now, they got Peyton Pritchard over Buddy Hield, which is mental. But, like, Russ on the season is averaging 12, 4, and 6, and the Nuggets are pretty decent. Like, I know he starts quite a few games, but he's only started 3 games out of 16. Like, for me, anyway, I would have Russell Westbrook right there. Like, if Russell Westbrook can somehow... If the Nuggets can figure it all out, Russ can average 14, 5, and 6 assists off the bench. I'm giving him 6. I'm at least giving him a shout for sixth man of the year. Like, it's funny when it comes to Russ, because I think Russ was overrated in his prime as far as his ability to win, but he's had so many stages in his career where he's been supremely underrated. Like, in my opinion, his Washington Wizards year was underrated. I think he was supremely underrated when it came to, like, what was it? He was supremely underrated when it came to his Rockets career. I thought he was really good in Houston as well. It's just, it seemed to be that because the triple doubles didn't result in winning, people then started basically saying that he was a terrible player and all this stuff. But the reality is like, there's only one champion every single year. I really do like it when it comes to Russ, was that you will never question his effort. He'll always give you 100%, whether he's coming off the bench. Even if Russell Westbrook is pissed at his role, he's going to give you 100% effort. And there are teams he fits with, there are teams he doesn't. And a lot of people are like, oh, every team being like, oh, I can fix him. I mean, I like the way he's been playing for Denver. And I get it. It was one of those situations where Jokic is off the floor. He's the number one option. We saw it in the playoffs 2 years ago. Yes, Russ can still do that. But I think there's been enough flashes of him playing well with Nikola Jokic. And I do think he's been, any of the games Jokic isn't on the floor for, Russ can help out big time in those games as well. So we're at the stage in the Russell Westbrook cycle where it's like, oh my God, best six man in the NBA. And even if it is stat padding, like the guy's 36 years old and still playing at this level, still playing with athleticism, still playing every game, still playing with the motor of a 25-year-old. Like Russ is 36 and he's playing with a higher motor than most players in the NBA. And it's funny because in his prime, I was a Russell Westbrook hater. Like, I was like, he is a championship deterrent. He should not be MVP and all this. And I still stand by those statements as the number one option, as the guy. But at this stage, there's a new respect because we're seeing so many players in the NBA play with no motor whatsoever and not really caring about individual wins and losses. And this man gives 110% every single time he sets foot on the floor. So for if Denver want to be good, they do need Russ to be... They don't need him to be Russ, but they do need him to be the best, up there with the best six man in the entire NBA. And if they can manage to do that, they're good. Genuinely. If they can manage to do that over the rest of the season, they'll be fine. Like, look, the Lakers, they're not doing particularly well. Or not the Lakers, the Nuggets are not doing particularly well, but they'll be okay. They'll be okay. And in my opinion, he's been no worse. He's been better than Jamal Murray this year. But like the Nuggets right now, they're 9-7, not the greatest record, but they're only 2 games off the 3rd seed. They're 3.5 games off the 1st seed. Like, if they go on a little bit of a run, they're not going to be that 1st seed with OKC. But like, if Denver can win 54 games, like that should be the goal is about 53, 54 games, get in those top 3 seeds, and I think they could take anyone in the playoffs. The thing with the Western Conference is, I think from Dallas up, Dallas, Phoenix, Denver, other than LA, I think any of those teams could mess about and go on a run to the NBA Finals. I think any of those teams could be the team that lose to the Boston Celtics. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I just overrating Russ? Is this the, oh my God, Russell Westbrook is backstage of every single NBA season and then eventually he just, again, forgets how to play the sport of basketball? Is that what's happening right now? Because, I mean, it could be. It genuinely could be. Or is this just another year of Russell Westbrook being a high-energy bench player and a player who can still, on any given night, yeah, it is garbage time, but on any given night, give you 20 and a quarter, which is not on any given night, realistically, but still has that ability in him to occasionally do it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Again, on all of these things, just like every video on this channel, I am fully willing to admit that I could be completely wrong with any given take.